Welcome to another week of News Dash with JNA Real Estate as part of the Singapore's Real Estate Podcast, as well as YouTube channel. So if you're seeing us on YouTube, hello to you. If you are hearing us on podcast, welcome to the show. Anyways, this is a show where two full-time real estate agents turned part-time brokers decide to bring you the news of the week so that you know wherever you are in the world, you can know a little bit more about Singapore and Singapore's news, all right? And of course, today we have none other than myself again, right? And you may be wondering, why is it I'm always seeing you? You know, every week the newsletter, Jervis, I'm tired of your face. I am also tired of looking at myself. because everyone has caught that flu bug in the sales force, right? And Jalen, you can see she may be tearing. It's not that she's touched by the news this week, but she's just not comfortable. How are you feeling, man?
Whatever it is, I still have to be here for News Dash.
Sore throat?
Yeah, sore throat, flu.
Absolutely. Symptoms
allergic to Jervis.
I see. The last one, except for the last one, everything else is a symptom of COVID. So hopefully tomorrow I'm not positive. It all starts with, I'm negative, right? But okay, we are here and today we're going to bring you that news for the week. It's going to be exciting because this week's news, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that throw down effect from the Taylor Swift concert, how it really affects Singapore. It really affects Singapore a lot, right? So we'll talk about the news later on, okay? So let's start, Geraldine. What about the news for this week? Let's go.
Okay, so first one for today will be the increase in supply for private homes.
Yay!
And based on the recent article, 2023 is going to be the highest in the past 10 years.
Wow, since 2013.
So I'm really excited to see how this will actually change the market in the next 2-3 months.
Absolutely. So what we're seeing here is that there's an approximately 5,160 new private residential units and 560 EC units, right? And the total confirmed supply has been the highest since 2013.
Yeah.
So right here, right? And this actually contributes to a total pipeline supply of 63,500 private housing units.
Yeah.
Right? So such sites, right? Once they're confirmed or they're reserved, they are not launched immediately. They're going to launch in the near future. It can be 1 year, 2 years later. It can even be 3 years later, depending on the developer's pricing strategy, right? But a lot of people will have this question, will property prices finally crash, right? Okay, I'm going to say this. There's a possibility that property prices may take a dip if the developers who are bidding for this land all agree to bid very low, and all bid like about 800 per square foot, 900 per square foot. But it's unlikely, because in today's market, the average per square foot in OCR, right? If you are going to watch later on some of our new launch OCR reviews, you're going to know that they have already reached above 2,000, right? So there is going to be a possibility that there may be a slight correction in prices, but I don't think that it's going to be likely. However, with an increase in supply, right? If you catch the right timing, you're going to observe that prices are going to be a bit more realistic, closer towards the market forces, rather than, closer towards the valuation, rather than, some markets where new launch supply is very limited and developers sell at a higher profit, right?
Yep.
So always talk to any of our investment team members or any of our brokers on JNA Real Estate. They'll be able to advise you based on data, right? And statistics. What is the key timing to enter, right? So if you haven't joined our Telegram channel, right here is going to pop up. I think till date, we already have about 1,002 subscribers, right? We want to hit 2,000, so please share with your friends if you can, right? This is just a personal goal by us, right? By God's grace, if we can do it, we'll do it. And secondly, if you have yet to contact us and you have some questions about the biggest purchase of your life, give us a call. We don't bite, we don't bark. We may be a little insistent because we want you to make money, but the key thing here is that we care for you sometimes more than you care for yourself. So we just hope that we can be there for you as a real estate agent. All right, so just contact this number here. This is a central number. Our client care manager, Felicia, will be contacting you back, okay? So enough of the first news. Let's go on to the second one. Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one, it's also another news about how Singapore is going to be a premier global hub for offshore Islamic wealth in the next 5 years.
Yep.
So I've been seeing news about how Singapore is going to be the first in everything.
Yes.
And it's very interesting to actually come about this news.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this is very interesting because, we are not the experts in Islamic law, Islamic wealth, right? The Sharia law, right? Because it really takes specific wealth advisors to advise our Islamic and Muslim clients, right? Yeah. But one thing they're going to notice here is that in this article, it was actually a research done by Maybank, right? It was a comment made by Maybank, and it talked about how in Southeast Asia, the global financial data indicates that there is going to be a shift in the high net worth individuals' wealth.
Yep.
30% of it is going to shift, right?
Yep.
20 to 30% of Islamic wealth is held offshore, right?
Yep.
USA, UK, and Switzerland.
Yep.
And among the top 10 Islamic banking asset jurisdictions, right? Indonesia, where you're from, leads with 3 trillion. Sorry. 3 million is a bit smaller. 3 trillion, right? Followed by Iran at 2.3 trillion and Saudi Arabia, right? These are all predominantly Islamic states, right? Islamic nations, right? And now they are saying that Singapore, being a mature ecosystem with strong financial standing, with the valuable support from consultants as well as legal experts and tax professionals, we are going to be that global hub. This news didn't catch me by surprise, did it? Catch you by surprise?
I mean, it definitely, I didn't think about this before.
Yeah,
but
right.
I think they actually did a survey with our neighboring countries like Indonesia and Malaysia.
Yes.
And majority of them would actually pick Singapore to put their
wealth.
Yeah, park their wealth
because
and their money.
Stable.
Yes, because it's stable. It's close by.
Yeah.
And I think especially after COVID, they do see how Singapore played a part in Southeast Asia.
Yes, and I can tell you Islamic wealth is big, right? So I have some good friends in army as well as in school, right? That serve specifically our Islam friends and clients, right? And, I also have done some title search, right? And I realized that, some of the shop houses along Arab Street and Beach Road is actually owned by, if I'm not wrong, the Islamic Federation of Singapore. I think there is a better term for this, but I realized it's owned by a religious organization. And I tell you, it's really smart, right? That religious organizations are also investing in real estate because this allows you to build longevity, generational wealth, right? For your future generations to build your faith and to build your religion. So I'm not surprised, and we have wealthy Islamic clients as well, wealthy Muslim clients, right? And everybody is thinking about where they can put their wealth at. All right, let's go on to the next one. Yeah, share with us this. This is interesting. This may be a bit scary.
So I think it's been a month.
I hope the government don't see this video. Yeah.
I think it's been a month since we saw the last ABSD hike for foreigners, and people are actually asking and checking out to see if this actually impacted the market and how it has impacted the market.
Yes. So have it impacted the market?
We'll read through.
Yes.
So we actually do see that PRs and foreigners percentage has actually grown from 2020 to 2023. So back then in 2020, we only see a 19% of PRs plus foreigners buying. But recently, in the past 1 year, in 2023 especially, we saw a total of 24%.
Yep.
So there's an increase in foreigners purchasing from about 4% to about 7% in this quarter one of 2023, which was why the ABSD was actually implemented and introduced for foreigners specifically. But if we actually do see foreigners buying less this past month, yes, we do. But for PRs, no, because this ABSD was actually targeted more towards foreigners.
Absolutely. So what we see is that as of May 2023, post-cooling measure, right? PR demand has remained stable at about 16% and foreign purchases have actually declined to 4%, right? And on the ground, we're going to share with you, right? Through our news dash, we're going to share with you our on-the-ground knowledge, right? And experiences that we have, right? Our foreign clients did have a dip in confidence, in buying Singapore's real estate. But unfortunately, in the commercial market, it's rampant. Prices are going up insanely. You can even hear 10,000 plus per square foot on build up, not on land area, for commercial shop houses, right? And I still remember the very day when the ABSD came out, our commercial clients texted us, I'm going to increase the prices. Because some of them are monopolies, right? They own a lot of shop houses, right? So there is a dip in confidence. But the main question here, if you're a foreign client, is this. Is the Singapore government ever going to reduce the foreign ABSD? Foreigners ABSD is close to almost impossible because Singapore government has never reduced anything except for SSD. From 4 years to 3 years, right? And other than that, the Singapore government has given a lot of bonuses, like baby bonus here and there, a few $100s here and there, but never ever reduced any cooling measures, right? So that is just a speculation from me. It's a speculative comment, right? But I don't think that the government is actually going to reduce it because the local demand that makes up 92 to 94% of the market is really enough to support the market. We don't need much foreign demand. But I can tell you, foreign demand is still very important because it drives up cost intra-region prices as well. So I think upcoming months is going to be clearer. You think so?
Upcoming months with more data, yes. And I think this is also actually to encourage these foreigners to get their PR or their citizenship and then buy their property after.
Absolutely. So one thing I always talk about Singapore is that Singapore, right, is the smartest nation with no natural resources. So we always need the best human capital. And that's the reason why Geraldine is absolutely in JNA News Dash as well. Okay. All right, let's talk about the next one. It's quite surprising that Geraldine added this into our news dash this week because, in the office, right, there are people suddenly coming to me like, Kimberly, hey, Javis, do you want the Coldplay concert tickets? Hey, do you want the Taylor Swift? The last time I went for a concert was a free JJ Lin concert that I got. It was the ticket that I got, and I fell asleep during the concert.
Oh shit!
Because it sounded so good, right? I thought that I was listening to the music, the car music, and I just fell asleep, right? So other than that, I don't really go for concerts, but apparently it's crazy now.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Tell me more about this. What is happening?
Yeah, so actually I was talking with a couple of my other friends about concerts in Singapore, and they're saying how it's so hard to get Taylor Swift ticket concerts, and she had to extend another 3 days for her concert in Singapore. And they were sharing with me how it's actually going to boost tourism in Singapore. So I actually looked it up.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to read that, there are going to be more than 200,000 fans attending a concert. And there are actually going to be all these people coming in from Malaysia, Indonesia, and other surrounding countries into Singapore for this.
Yes, crazy.
Yeah.
Jackie Cheong's, if I call him correctly, right? It's insane. His concerts are coming here. Coldplay, of course, right?
Yeah.
January 2024. And, you have the recent concerts that came about K-pop group Blackpink.
Yeah, Blackpink.
In your area. That's something that my cousin loves Blackpink. He always sings that.
Blackpink.
So if
and
you're watching this,
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles,
Yeah, so I think all these successful concerts have brought confidence to all these other artists about wanting to bring their concerts into Singapore. I think Singapore is the only other Asian country aside from Japan that Taylor Swift is going to hold a concert in.
Yeah. So there was this entire concept about how the K-pop craze started in Korea as actually one of like the military strategy, so that people can like Korea and love Korea so much that, there's not going to be any antagonistic forces from anywhere up north. Or even, I'm not sure whether they hear anything about K-pop, but also the surrounding countries, right? Can you imagine you're attacking a country that, your idols are there, and people get crazy over these people, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, I think that it's a very strategic move for Singapore as well, right? Because these concerts, I believe, are not in Indonesia, not in Malaysia. They are in Singapore.
They're in Singapore.
Only.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so this will actually help us boost the economy because we have all these people coming in and spending at least 3-4 days in Singapore.
Absolutely. This is like a marketing move by Singapore. It's like, when, Donald Trump wanted to meet Kim Jong-un, they met in Singapore, right? Why is it Singapore? Because I think a lot of people used to say in the past, Singapore, is it part of China? Is it part of Malaysia? We're not too sure, right? But right now, it's very clear, right? People want to know, our government is trying to amplify this little red dot, right? Interesting. How does this affect Singapore's property prices, right? I think it's a long drawn thing, right? As more and more people know about Singapore's real estate, right? If more US citizens know that, hey, you don't have to pay ABSD for Singapore's real estate, I think that there'll be a huge demand because our capital appreciation is going to be big. Yeah. All right, great. Thank you so much. That's it for the News Dash for this week, right? We hope that the energy has been there. We hope that you enjoy, most importantly, the News Dash, right? The News Dash has never been an episode that we want to, get more clients or stuff like that. It's just to update our exclusive community, the news that happened this week. So we always do it religiously. If you enjoy what you're saying, there's a few things you can do. Give us a like. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed, right? Number 3 is just leave some positive comments to encourage us, right? Yeah. And last but not least, if you enjoy this service or you enjoy what you're seeing, give us a 5-star review on Google, on Facebook, we are never ever too short of good reviews, right? And of course, join the Telegram group chat so that you can have the good lobangs. This exclusive community of ours have been getting the first dips of everything that happens. It starts with immediate updates of new launches. It also starts with some good lobangs that's coming up soon, right? Give us some time as we build the ecosystem and the content, but you'll never ever be shortchanged once you're part of this JNA family, all right? Thank you so much for watching this week of News Dash. This is Jervis here.
This is Geraldine.
We're going to see you guys next week. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.